Okay, so today's a little bit of a different video. I'm going to be organizing my makeup, kind of going through it and introducing it to you. I do have some more little things I'm going to add to this pile right here. But anyway, I'll show you the things that I buy to organize it, how I organize it, what I put it in and stuff. Anyway, we'll get started. I'm going to take this, if you've never heard of this is a Caboodles. It's like a little, it's a nice, little, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a makeup case. You can get it at Walmart for pretty cheap. You can open it up like that. It's like the old timey Caboodles, and it has like this space down here, has this, and then it opens up into this right here. It has the mirror, which, there you go, you see me recording, and it has this little thing right here. I don't know what to call that, and the little compartment under it. The other thing I'll be using is just a plain regular mason jar. You can buy these for pretty cheap anywhere. They're really handy, really good to use. My other thing will be just a little organizing drawer. It's a small one. I'm pretty sure you can get it from Dollar Tree or just Walmart or something for, I think it's about $1. Anyways, we'll start out by organizing my caboodle. Anyway, this is all my makeup. I'll be going through all of it. I don't have as much per se as many people do, but I'm going to be going through all of this and saying the names of the things I have, the things I keep, and showing you where to put it. So I'm going to start off with my smaller items. Take this. I'm going to take like my little, these are my scissors to groom my eyebrows with. I would put that in this little top compartment right here. That would be like a top compartment item. For per se, my tweezers also, these are my Profusion tweezers. These would also go up in this little compartment. And like little brushes like these don't really belong in its own little brush thing. So I'd put this up in the little compartment also. Another thing I would mainly put in this compartment is my brow pencil, my little spoolie on the end of it. That's what I would put. And here's my little Abby. How you doing, baby? Anyway, I would take this, any of the skinny little items like that, I would put up in there. Also, my liquid eyeliner. By the way, that's an e.l.f. eyebrow pencil in the shade Top. It's my go-to. Anyway, I put your eyeliner, liquid eyeliners, any kind of eyeliners up in the top. Also, this is my e.l.f. liquid eyeliner in the shade Jet Black that I will put up there. You got to be sure that the mirror closes with it in it. Also have another eyeliner over here. It's a Blackheart Cat eyeliner. I got it from what's it called? Hot Topic. It's just a little skinny eyeliner pencil. I'll put it up in that compartment. There's nothing really else I put up in that compartment. If you want to put your little angled eyebrow brush, I guess you can do that, but I don't think it'll fit. Yeah, it fits. That's a nice spot to put it. Make sure your mirror closes once you do that. That's as much as I put up there. Anyway, I'm going to take this little compartment off the top and show you what I put under all that. So we're going to take all my foundations. Okay, I have the Rimmel London Lasting Finish 25 Hour Skin Perfecting Full Coverage Foundation in the shade 091 Light Ivory. I'm going to stick this one right here. Not my fave foundation, but you know, it's one that I'll use. Next, I'm going to take my Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Concealer in the shade 000A Porcelain. This is the round ones that I'm putting in first. Then I'm going to take my Maybelline 24-Hour Foundation in the shade 110 Porcelain. This is like one of those full coverage drugstore. It doesn't work as good as it says it works. Next, I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation in the shade 110 Porcelain and set it right next to that. And last but not least, my last foundation is my CoverGirl Clean and Sensitive 505 Ivory Liquid Foundation. That's how I would stack those right there, nice and neat. The next thing I would put in here is probably my primers. So I have an e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. It's the green tube. I'd stick that right there. And then I have my Hard Candy Sheer Envy Coconut Water Primer Stick, which I'd also stick right in there with it. Now, if I could fit, I'd fit 2 more things in here, which I already know what I'm going to put in here. I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Blonde and stick that in here. I also have another dip brow. It's the Salon Perfect Done-in-One Brow Pomade in the shade Light Brown. Just like it, I'm going to also stick that in there. So put your compartment back on top and make sure it fits nice and neat in there. I could probably fit more products in there. I just don't want to squish it up. In this little side area we have here, I'm going to show you what I keep in there. I'm going to put my CoverGirl Lash Blast Fusion Mascara in the shade Very Black. This is the first item I'm going to put in this little side compartment. So this is like tubes, like concealers, mascaras, and liquid lipsticks in a tube. Next I have is my Lash Sensational by Maybelline New York in the shade, I can't read that. I don't think it has a shade. I don't know, this one doesn't have a shade, I just know it's a black shade. I'm going to take my Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal mascara in the shade Black and stick it in there, all with each other. The next thing I'm going to probably, that I'm going to stick in there is my CoverGirl Clean and Clear Invisible Concealer in the shade Fair. Stick that in there. I'm also going to take my Maybelline Superstay Concealer. This one's old and almost empty. I should probably throw it out, stick it in there. I'm also going to take my other Maybelline concealer in the shade 5 Ivory and stick that in there. Abby, I don't know what you're trying to do, but you can't eat my makeup, okay? Anyway, next, once I have all my concealers in there, I'm going to take this liquid lipstick. This is the only liquid lipstick I have. I'm not sure of the brand or color. It doesn't have a brand. My sister gave this to me. Yeah, but I'm still just going to stick that in there right on top. And I'm also going to stick my lash glue in here by Kiss. Another thing you can put at the top is this brow gel. You could just stick that right up there with all the other items. Alright, what we're going to move on to next is the bottom part of this Caboodles. I'm going to take my Carly by Belle palette, Deluxe Edition, so it's got the highlighters and everything in it. Look at these beautiful colors. I love this palette, probably my most favorite palette. The highlighters are beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And the shimmer shades are definitely gorgeous. It's got all the matte colors and everything in it. I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick this at the very bottom of the palette, nice and secure down there. I might want to put my other palettes in there first. So I got the Major Matte by W7. I'll open it up and show you what this looks like. It's a cheap, off-brand kind of palette. It's kind of like the Too Faced palettes. Anyway, I'll put that in there. I'll probably stick my Revlon Not Just Nudes palette in there. The cap is broken off of it, so, you know. And then I'll stick my Carly by Belle palette over top of that. I'm also going to put my Naked 3 Urban Decay palette in there. I've had this for about 3 years now, and it's lasted me a very long time. It's only missing it's missing 2 pans. Yeah, it's missing 2 pans, but the colors are still gorgeous. It's still amazing, and it still lasts me a while. I'm going to stick that on top of my Carly by Belle. Next, what we're going to take and put in here is my Airspun Loose Base Powder in the shade Translucent. This is my go-to powder. It's really amazing. We'll stick it back in the back there. We're going to take my Milani blush in the shade Blossom Time Rose. I'll open this up and show you what it looks like on the inside. Gorgeous blush. I love this blush. It is so beautiful. Anyways, we're going to stick that in there. We're going to take my Physicians Formula Bronze Pearl palette. Not really a shade to it. And we're going to stick that in there. I've had this one for a while also. Next thing we're going to take is my Milani Prep Set and Go Transparent Powder. It is almost done. It's in the shade 01. We're still just going to stick it in there anyway. Abby, look, she got my beauty blender. Abby, give that back. It's okay, Barbara. I'll give you a toy. She stole my beauty blender. Okay. No. We're going to take, speaking of beauty blenders, anyway, first of all, then we're going to put our contour stick in there. It's the City Color Collection contour stick. I don't have a cap for it because I just don't want to ruin it. Then we're going to take the Wet n Wild Natural Finish Setting Spray and stick it right in there on top of that. Then we're going to take all my beauty blenders. I'm not sure the brand. I only know that this pink one right here is an e.l.f. and the orange one is a Real Techniques. These other three, I don't know. It's some off-brand beauty blenders that I'm not sure of the brand. So that right there is almost finished. We've got a few more items to stick in here. We've got my Maybelline New York Master Strobing Liquid in the shade 100 Light. It's illuminating highlighter. It's very beautiful, actually. And then we've got all my mushroom lipsticks. I'm not going to show like the shape of them because it's not a very appropriate lipstick, but they are amazing lipsticks. Great pigment and everything. I'll probably link the lipsticks somewhere. So if you really want them and really want to see what they look like, you can see it. But for now, we're just going to stick them back there. Make sure your caboodles closes because we're on to the next part of this. Close it up. So once you've got your caboodles all done and finished, set that to the side because we've got our brushes to go through. Okay, so what's going to go in the mason jar is actual stand-up brushes like powder brushes, face brushes, eyeshadow, stuff like that. So we're going to take our first little foundation brush, and it's Bisou Beauty. It's one of those cheap off-brands one, and stick it in the mason jar. We're going to take my polished highlighting fan, stick that in there. We're going to take my Equate Flat Kabuki brush for foundation and stick that in there. We're going to take my Mermaid powder brush, really pretty, beautiful, works great. Stick that in there with all them other brushes. And then what we're going to do next is take all my Mermaid eyeshadow brushes that are longer and stick them in there. So I've got all 4 of these that we can stick in there. Last but not least, we're going to take my Bisou highlighting fan. The camera's not focusing, I'm sorry. It's a little highlighting fan by Bisou. You can see all the little highlight on there. And we're going to stick that in there for the last item. And that's your brushes. Anyway, what we're going to use this pull-out drawer for next is brushes I don't use very often, or brushes that can't go in the mason jar and I don't have enough room for in the caboodles. So I'm going to take all my oval brushes. This was a 10-piece set originally, but I lost some of them. But these are the oval brushes I have that I got in this set. I only have 4 of them left. That's just great. And we're going to put them in this first little pull-out drawer. I have more oval brushes. It's just, I'll get to those in a second because they're a different kind. Anyway, from this other set, I have 3 oval brushes. It's the Moda Mermaid brushes. I'll put these, stick these in here too. And that's your first top drawer. In the second drawer, I'm going to take my powder brushes that I swipe off my powder with, my blush brush, my little Kabuki blush brush. I will stick that in there. And that's all that's going to go in that one. I know that's, you're like, oh, that's a waste of space. No, I'm just sorting out stuff. Then I'll take my little extra spoolie I have and stick that in there. I'm going to take my 2 black eyeshadow brushes and stick these in here. I'm going to take my 3 purple brushes that are flat that came with a set and stick them in here. And then I'm going to take this small flat pink one that came with a set and I lost all the brushes, and this little brush that came with an eyebrow palette. It cannot do eyebrows well, so I use it as a eyeshadow brush. That is my last drawer in my makeup collection. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope to see y'all again. Like, subscribe, comment below for what you'd like to see. Thank you.